Hello, and welcome to the .bank technical webinar brought to you by Lexsynergy. My name is Marina Tigner, and I am the Sales and Marketing Manager at Lexsynergy. During this webinar, we will be taking you through all the details of the technical and security requirements for utilizing a .bank domain name. We will have two representatives from Lexsynergy presenting this information. The first is Daniel Greenberg. Daniel is the CEO and founder of Lexsynergy with over 15 years of experience in domain names and brand enforcement online. Our second presenter is Jake Spencer. Jake is the CTO of Lexsynergy and oversees all technical aspects of Lexsynergy's day-to-day operations. With that, I will turn it over to Daniel and Jake to begin the presentation.
Thank you, Marina. This webinar is pre-recorded and is intended to give you a synopsis, as Marina has indicated, of our Anycast DNS solution, which can be used for any domain name that you have with Lexsynergy, including .bank. Now, .bank has strict technical requirements that need to be set up before the .bank domain name can be used. So setting it up independently can be done, but will require knowledge of DNS and can be time-consuming. So to eliminate this, we will handle can handle the entire process for you. So in today's webinar, as you can see by the agenda, we'll deal with .bank enhanced security requirements, Anycast DNS by Lexsynergy, and then the key features of the DNS and global DNS locations. All of this will be handled by Jake Spencer, our CTO. But before I hand over to Jake, I'd just like to cover the .bank enhanced security. So, as you may be aware, you may have your .bank domain name already. .bank is intended to be a more secure domain name extension. And as you can see from the slide, you are required to go through a verification procedure in order to register a .bank domain name. You have to be a bank, and that's a licensed bank. So what Symantec does, they are a verification agent. They will verify whether a registrant qualifies for a .bank domain name. They will then confirm this information. And because the bank's information has to be reflected on the WHOIS, proxy and privacy registrations aren't allowed. There's also email authentication as well as multi-factor authentication, which includes two-factor authentication when you update or register a .bank domain name. So all these features make .bank, or intend to make .bank, a more secure TLD to use. So Lexsynergy is a one-stop shop service for .bank, where you can manage all the DNS aspects in order to operate your domain name, your .bank domain name. So with that, I'd like to hand over to Jake, who will go through the key DNS features.
Hi, thanks for that, Daniel. So there are the key Anycast DNS features that we'll cover today. The primary DNS is available in 8 high redundancy zones, and they're located in San Jose, Toronto, Miami, Amsterdam, Madrid, Tokyo, Sydney, and Melbourne. And the advanced performance we'll discuss which you gain from Anycast DNS. We'll also talk about DNSSEC support, which is a requirement for .bank, and the branding of your name servers, which is also a requirement for .bank. Support for DMARC records, again another requirement. DDoS mitigation, for example, if you get attacked, and 24/7 customer support surrounding your DNS solution, and URL and email forwarding, and IPv6 support. So, as previously mentioned, the DNS sites are located in 8 independent locations. This provides you with a variety of benefits. Increased performance because of the site locations, and Anycast means when your customer looks up the DNS server, they will query the closest DNS server to them on the internet, and they won't have to travel halfway around the globe to get a DNS result before they can access your website. This also means if there is any disruption to global internet routing and other aspects of the internet, the effect of outage or a problem will be mitigated and contained within a specific location. And then we move on to advanced performance and security, which is partly of the Anycast solution, but also with DNSSEC, you are protected from spoofing of your records. For example, if someone tries and says, hey, this is the IP address for my web server, when it's not really the IP address, DNSSEC will cause an error and say this isn't a valid record, it's not been signed by an authoritative DNS server that we recognize, and the record will be ignored, and therefore the user will not go to your, for example, phishing site and enter in their secure banking information into a hacking website. Now, if we move on to our next area, you'll have to use branded name servers for .bank. So ns1.yourname.bank and ns2.yourname.bank. This is a requirement of the bank rules. This also provides a slightly better appearance to users. If they're looking at who you're running, it looks like you're running your own DNS infrastructure, and just is good for your brand in general. With DMARC, this is a standard TXT record that is required when it comes to your email side of things as part of bank. DMARC is a record that allows mail servers to send back reporting information about if they receive mail that looks like it's meant to be from you, but it isn't. It will notify you to say someone's possibly trying to send phishing emails to your clients, and you can have a look into that. And also, it has the added advantage if your mail setup is misconfigured and you're sending mail correctly but from an unauthorized mail server, you'll see this report and you can correct it internally and take whatever changes are needed. With DDoS mitigation, this is one of the major benefits of Anycast DNS. With Anycast DNS, you announce your name servers from multiple locations around the world, and then your customers will take the shortest route to query those name servers. So this means if someone attacks one of your name servers, they will only be able to really attack the one they can see based on internet routing. So if, for example, your San Jose server is attacked and taken down, which is highly unlikely because we can withstand a large amount of traffic, people in Toronto, Miami, Amsterdam, Madrid, etc. will not be affected at all and will not even notice the fact that there is a downed name server. Also, because of the advanced routing that's used for Anycast DNS, they can actually just remove the San Jose data center from the mix, and then all of the traffic would move on to the other name servers, allowing for seamless service. When it comes to customer support, you'll be backed up by Lexsynergy's standard 24/7 customer support. If you have a query with regards to your DNS, you'll be able to speak to your account manager or a member of your team who can assist you with that, and you can expect the same level of support you would expect with any Lexsynergy service. With regards to your URL and email forwarding, if you're ready to set up your bank domain now, but you don't want to start using your .bank TLD to host your website directly, you can use the URL forwarding feature as part of this service to forward, for example, mybank.bank to your mybank.com domain, and you can still start using your domain straight away. And the same goes for your email forwarding. You can carry on using your existing .com and slowly transition over to your .bank domain. And finally, we have IPv6 support. IPv6 is a crucial component to any new service you're launching now. As we exhaust the address space in IPv4, which is the address your computers and servers have, people are having to transition over to IPv6. If you don't support native IPv6, users are going to experience a degraded level of performance or possibly not even be able to access your services. So as part of this, all of the Anycast locations around the world support native IPv6. This means that the IPv6 isn't transmitted over some form of tunneling where it's not real IPv6 and it has to travel over the legacy internet, which is IPv4. It uses native IPv6 routing, so you experience a high level of performance and good uptime. And if I now hand back over to Daniel, and on our final slide, you can see our locations if you want to check that out.
Great. Thanks a lot, Jake, for that. I'd just like to iterate, if you have any questions or any issues regarding the Anycast DNS solution, especially for .bank, you can give us a call on the numbers displayed, or email us, or you can visit our website. Thank you for taking the time to listening to this webinar. We look forward to working with you on your .bank domain name. Thank you. Bye.